260 hours into fantasy life. In this video, I'm going to share my thoughts on the game itself and things that I feel like could be improvements that could be made in the game. So finally, the honeymoon phase is completely over. I played this game a lot and really ran it into the ground. I enjoy the living heck out of it. In the very beginning, I start off a little bit slow. The beginning tutorial for all the lives, for me anyways, felt very slow, and of course you can skip all of it and you won't even miss a beat. And I did end up skipping all of it after I tried the first two, but it still took a little while. That's one thing that I'm going to start off with. I didn't enjoy that part of the game in the beginning. I was just trying out different lives, and there's this tutorial that they introduced to you, but I wasn't convinced on doing it because it took a little while to do it. So I guess my tip to a lot of people out there that are kind of strapped for time, just skip the tutorial. You don't need it. You'll be able to figure it out on your own no matter what life you're doing. One thing early on, and it still affects me to this day playing this video game, is the north symbol on the mini-map gets blocked sometime, and sometimes I'll just be very confused with where I'm at and where I should be going. So hopefully this is heard somewhere and the developers know that sometimes it can be confusing, but it's not game breaking. You can always open up your map and figure out where you are, but it's just that one of those things that kind of is a hiccup to the flow of the game. Another thing in this game that I feel like could be improved, and I know I am not the only one, is just the buddies and the people that follow you in your party. If there was a way to kind of squelch them or maybe mute them, because sometimes they're talking too much. Another thing about this game where I'm not a big fan of, and hopefully this can be improved in the future, is just the process of redoing your base. It can be a pain because you have to go into the guild hall in order to remove certain things such as bridges, stairs, your islanders' homes, and also the gallery. And if you want to relocate or change location of your home and the guild hall itself, you can't completely remove it. You can only relocate it, and sometimes that process you can do it a couple steps before you actually have your own house or the guild hall in the position that you want. In the very beginning, when I was playing the game and getting into multiplayer, it was very exciting. I don't know if honeymoon phase was putting me in a trance or not, but it was very fun. After some time, I felt like I did it all. I feel like it kind of lacked depth and variety. So you'll get to a point once you reach endgame, you're kind of forced to do these groves or dungeons in order to farm for certain materials, because it doesn't really spawn or drop anywhere else but in the dungeons itself. You're kind of forced to do it in order to get what you want. Most of it is just doing it for the cosmetics or the special cosmetics that you get, especially from the mysterious slates handover to Edwards. But yeah, multiplayer is very lackluster, and this, not talking about how many times you get disconnected in order to get into game that you want. So to me, I find that there's not much replayability in the game once you've reached endgame and collected all of the weapons and materials that you need. Sure, there is the base building aspect of this game that would keep a lot of people busy, but I am at a point where, sure, I enjoy it, but there's really not much reward out of doing that. It's more so intrinsically for the people that are building bases and rebuilding their bases. They're intrinsically motivated to do that, and I don't think a lot of people are. And I guess one of the final things I'm going to say before I conclude is there's poor post-game motivation to continue. There's not a lot of meaningful in-game rewards. Sure, you can collect special recipes and special cosmetics and stuff, but afterwards it can be very boring and even feel really grindy just to find the items that you're looking for, because again, it only exists in the Grove and sometimes you just don't want to do the Grove. So those are my thoughts on the game and things that could be improved after spending 260 hours in Fantasy Life. I don't get it twisted, don't get it wrong. I did enjoy the heck out of the game, and did I get value out of this game? Absolutely yes. For the amount of time I've put into this game, it's well worth the price tag. It's just I am sharing my opinion on what can be improved in order to increase the replayability value for this game. I'm pretty sure there are people out there that have played well over 260 hours and having even more fun. Probably this is for me in this point in this game is for me to kind of just wrap it up and just say sayonara. I had a lot of fun until the DLC comes out, but until then I'll still be going in and out, phasing in and out, playing this game, more so just building my base and making it look pretty. But besides that, I don't see me playing this game much more, but who knows? So those are my thoughts on improvements in this game and how I felt about this game. 260 hours of playing Fantasy Life. That's definitely a lot of hours into a cozy, slow RPG game. Well worth the money. I enjoyed the heck of it, but it is time to just put it down because there's not much anything else for me to do besides just crafting decors and designing the base. And probably if I am going to release any kind of content on Fantasy Life, most of it would be around base building and designing to make it look cool. But until then, I won't release too much stuff until the DLC drops or any new news about Fantasy Life but just know that I enjoy the heck out of the game, and if you have any points in regards to disagreeing with what I said, feel free to just drop it in the comment below. My opinion is only just that. It's only one perspective out of many perspectives, and I would like to hear what you feel about it. So leave it in the comment below. Thank you very much for watching this far into the video. I hope that you stay cozy, and may you find tranquility wherever you are at in life.